This vehicle is the GSOR 1008. It's the next vehicle in the summer sales, which will be ending soon. I already have it, so it's not giving me a gold price. I'm guessing it's going to be around 9,000. It says purchase with real currency. It is a great vehicle. It's fun to play. It's not giving me an option to display it in the garage. So we'll look at it from the garage. It's not the best vehicle, but like I said, it is fun to play. So we will look at the penetration, 226, which is average for tier 8, and 321 for the gold rounds. So basically, the regular round penetration is average, but the gold round penetration, 321, that's amazing. That means that you can penetrate tier 10 vehicles from the front with the gold rounds. The HE rounds are 53, nothing special. So for tier 8, the best armor you're going to get is 290, and this penetrates at 321, which means you can penetrate anything in tier 8, probably the majority of the tanks tier 9, and a large majority of tanks in tier 10 with this vehicle. It is an autoloader, which means it's going to have a different playing style. It's going to be a little bit fun to play, in my opinion. And I judge vehicles based on how fun they are to play. I don't judge them based on their penetration, which is what other people do. I'm not a stat patter. Okay, so we've got this turtle. This is another, basically got 2 tank destroyers. The turtle has the same penetration with the regular rounds. And with the gold rounds, it's only 250. So the penetration for the gold rounds for the turtle is nothing special. But of course, it's got the amazing armor. Look at that, 254 for the hull armor for tier 8. The turtle one is really well armored. The GSOR has 152 on the turret. 152 is not the highest, but 152 is pretty good. It's not, a lot of the vehicles have been buffed. There's no such thing of all these weak armored heavy tanks anymore. This is probably in the middle somewhere. I have played the vehicle. It's got a top speed of 60, which is really good. I enjoy playing it. You're going to see a lot of them here and there in the game. I believe it was something that we got for free at Christmas time, around there. And I'm going to say that... I just want to... You know what? Maybe there's only UK. Okay, that's what I did wrong. So we're going to add all of these. For gold rounds, it's doing really good. But I have the feeling that you're going to have better choices. I really don't want to do the well-armored vehicles. Most people fire regular rounds. The STRV is the way to go. The AMX CDA, look at that, 260. And the T103 is 258. I don't know if I've played mine yet. I just got it. So you can see that the CDA comes out on top. The CDA, it's like one of those E25s, just a little bit bigger. I definitely recommend the CDA. The Kanan Jagdpanzer is at 268. I have both of them. One of them has higher penetration than the other. So in terms of penetration, the GSOR is at the bottom with regular rounds, but the 321 for the gold rounds is going to be one of the top ones. So if you don't mind the gold rounds, you'll be fine with it. And we will look at the armor. Really can't compare them all because a lot of them don't have turrets, but you can see a lot of them only have 30, 20, 30, 30. So for the lower plate, it's pretty good. It's above the average. And for the turret, it's still better than the lower plates of all these vehicles. Remember the T103? Look at that, 220 is pretty good. In fact, it's one of the top ones. And in terms of speed, 60 is pretty good, 70 for the Kanan Jagdpanzer. I'm going to tell you which vehicles I think are the best. If you want penetration, you play the STRV. It does have a higher learning curve. If you want to move around a lot, I would say the AMX CDA. If you want to play uh, well-armored vehicle, last stand TS5, the Scorpion G used to be the all-around favorite. In fact, maybe it still is. The Scorpion G might be the most popular tank in the game. Uh, it's always been worth getting. The SU-130 PM, I like this vehicle. It's good to play because it does a decent amount of damage. If you're the type of person where you think you're only going to get one shot in and then have a long reload, you'll be fine with this. These ISUs usually they do a lot of damage. Let's see what it is. 750. That's another one. If you play the vehicles that do high damage per shot, you can get high damage games out of those. It's more difficult with the vehicles that do low damage per shot. So I'm just going to come out and say it. The GSOR is okay, but there's a lot of vehicles that I'd still rather get. I'd rather get the CDA. I'd rather get the SU-130 PM. You're probably better with the Scorpion G. The IS-152 if you don't mind parking. The GSOR isn't at the top. It's either at the average or going to be at the bottom of your list for tier 8 tank destroyers. Is it worth the money? I got mine for free. I'm going to say it's worth some money, definitely. If you don't mind putting money down and buying the tank, go for it. But if you don't have a Scorpion G, you really want to consider the Scorpion G first, and some of these other vehicles like the CDA. There's a lot of people that don't like the CDA. I don't understand why. It's got so many good things about it. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, please post below.